If you see this medium difficulty question, container with most water, first you think this is very easy, but when you try to solving it, you started getting difficulty. So we are just trying to solve it with brute force. Let's try to see the problem first. So we have given heights of each tower, and there like n numbers of towers are there, and we have to basically calculate the maximum water contained in that. So if you see this example, if you take this red one and this black, you might think this will give you the best example, the result, but that is not the case. The maximum water is, I can say, directly proportional to the area of this particular thing, and it also depends on the lowest height of the tower. So this red and black can give you the maximum, but in this case the two red lines are giving the maximum area. So you just have to return the area. So we can do simple math, right, for brute force approach. So let's do this. I am taking max area. Heights are already given as an array. So I am iterating to that heights one by one. Then I am taking another for loop for calculating the length. This will start from I plus 1, so that I will find every other combination, and this is what we are doing for every brute force or most of the brute force approach. Now we can define the width, which is on x-axis. So if you see this red block to the another red block is the x-axis. So we are just trying to calculate that width, which can be calculated by j minus I. As you know, j is moving and going to every element while I is staying in a single element or the initial elements. Now we can do a simple math using math.min to find out the height, because our goal is to find the area, which is height into width. So that's what we are calculating, and here we can't just take every height, we have to take the minimum height so that water should contain within that. So that's what we are doing, and we are just now doing simple math to calculate the area. We also keep track of maximum area using this one, and at the end we'll return the maximum area. If you see the result, it is giving you 49. That is what expected. I just took this example only to show you. This is giving 49. Now see the problem here. We are using two for loops. Because this is brute force, so we can use, but this will give you n square time complexity, which is not acceptable. So we can try to reduce this for loop dependency, and we can come up with different approach. So for this one, if you try to think, if we can do the same two pointer approach and apply that here, we can keep track of each tower, and also in a single pass we can able to calculate the maximum area. That's what we gonna do. So we can just keep finding on maximum area and minimum height every time, and at the end we'll return the maximum area. So we can take these variable like left pointer and right pointer as we are doing for every other problem. Also, just to update you, if you are watching just this video, we are actually working on patterns here, and we'll try to figure out for a given pattern how many questions we can solve. So this is not about solving each and every Leetcode question or hacker rank problem, but we are actually working on patterns. You can watch the playlist. So this is the maximum area that we have to calculate and return at the end. Now we can initiate a for loop as usual, what we do and what we are doing for every two pointer problem. Now we can calculate the height and the length in this way, like what we were doing before. We can just take the minimum height, we can just take the length, and we can calculate the area. The area is calculated, everything is done. Max area is also we can find every time, and we can keep track of the maximum area. And the problem is we have to move our pointers, right? So for calculating maximum area we can use the same, and for moving pointers we have to decide the logic behind that. So if you try to think, we can move the left pointer only when the left one becomes shorter, right? Because we want maximum area. So we can be greedy and start doing this. Anyways, we are going to store maximum area in this, and we are doing just single iteration, and else we can move the right pointer. This will solve our problem. At the end we'll return the max area. Let's try to run. So yeah, it is giving 49, which is what we are expecting. Now let's try to run in Leetcode. So pasted and two test cases are passed. Let's try to submit and see. So yeah, it's beating almost 82% of the programmers, but I think you got the idea of this problem, how we can approach and solve using two-pointer approach. See you in the next one.